Welcome back to the Moodle Orientation Tour. This is video number 3. In our last section, we took a tour of the screen and we added several blocks. Right now, we're going to look at 2 of those blocks and find out a little bit more what they can do for you. We're going to begin with a participants block, and I chose to place it in the top of the left-hand column. But before we get too far, I want to point out there are several ways to move items within Moodle depending on the OS you're using. My machine had arrows in the default view of the template, like in this example. Some machines, however, will give you a 4-way arrow icon like you saw in the last session. That happens when you hover over the box and you can drag and drop your content that way. The process is very similar, it's intuitive, and the end result is the same. With that said, we don't need to turn editing on, but I do it as a habit. I use the button in the upper right hand corner in the last program, so I'm going to come down to Administration and turn editing on. Then I'm going to go to People, in Participants, in the left hand column at the top. When selecting Participants, you get a list of everyone in the class. You're also going to see the number of participants and a lot of options. We'll go into more detail, of course, in section 2, but for now, let's go to the upper left-hand corner where it says My Courses. If you're teaching several course offerings, you can use the drop-down and move between your different courses. In the center, where it says Current Role, you can show all students, just the instructor or instructors if you're team teaching, or just the students. For this view, I'm going to leave it current role designated as all. On the upper right hand corner, we have the user list. We're looking at the less detailed. Let's see what it looks like as more detailed. Notice you have email addresses and information on the right hand side of the screen, such as blog notes and activities. For the remainder of the demonstration, I'm going to return to less detailed. By the way, this section can be used to send quick email notes, both to select individuals using the checkboxes in the right-hand column, or everyone in the class. We'll be dealing with that in section 2. Let's go back to our main page by coming up under the tabs and choosing the Introduction section. I want to tell you about the Activities block. I really like this feature. Right now, if you look in the Activities block in the left-hand column, it just displays the one forum, the news forum, which came with our template. I'm going to use the Add an Activity and choose Assignment, Upload a Single File. I'm going to cut and paste to save time, and I'm going to put an assignment name, and then here is known as the summary window. Again, to save time, I'm cutting and pasting some information there. We're going to go into this in great detail in creating assignments in section 2. For now, we're just going to come to the bottom, save, and return to our course. We now see there is our assignment. And also in Activities, an assignment window has been created, and that's the point of the story. Let's select Assignments. It'll show where it's located, the name of the assignment type, and for faculty, this is great, how many attempts have been made on the assignment. I'm going to click that, and you have a full list of your students, the opportunity to grade this assignment, and even in the upper right-hand corner, you can update the assignment and see all course grades. Again, I'm going to use the breadcrumbs and go back to our main page. I'm a student. I come in and I select Assignments. I see the name of the assignment and I select that. And this is where the summary becomes very valuable. As this list grows, it allows the student to be certain they're submitting the correct item in the proper fashion. So I always recommend using the summary. Let's go back to our main page. That's all the time for now. In our next session, we'll begin a tour of the control panel. And of course, if you need help, feel free to contact Moodle support at extension 3633. You can make an appointment or stop by Library 315. Remember, we're here to help.